Thanks for checking me out here. Also, check me out on YouTube, Penguin6. But right now, let's go get some lunch, yeah? Let's go find some noodles or something. Kind of thinking noodles, because if I eat noodles, I can eat something else. Wonton noodles, yeah. Hey, we got some Tai Chi guys going at it over here. Hey. I did have wonton noodles yesterday, though, for lunch, so I don't necessarily need wonton noodles today. But I'm trying to think what else. Fish and chips is closed today. I had 3 hot dogs the other day. At a football match on Sunday, I had 3 hot dogs. Burger, possibly, but I'm not really in a burgery kind of mood. I'm doing all right. Hey, Mahoban, welcome to Periscope, welcome to Hong Kong. And today is my birthday, yeah. It's also my son's birthday. So 11 years ago today, I became a father. That was pretty wild. There is a good ribs joint, but it doesn't open until 6:30 at night. So that's Twin Peaks on your U-Box. Oh, cool. Yeah, we're old today. Older. You met John Ho 2 weeks ago. Cool. How about pizza? Pizza's an option, but hey, Kenya Gook HK. Ken Young. Okay, Ken. It's hard to read these names as one thing. Hey, Ken, how's it going? 2 days ago. Well, that's why I do these walks, is to stay young. Try to stay young. Have your favorite today. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's going to end up being noodles. Yeah, 44, been there, done that, passed it. So, 11 years ago, I got the best gift you could ever get, and that was a son. Well, a daughter would be cool too, but I am pretty old. So it's kind of like every birthday since that day has been, well, a little anticlimactic. You know, there's not a lot you can get on a birthday. After you get a son on your birthday, pretty much everything else is, well, kind of ordinary. So yeah, wonton noodles are very likely today. There's traffic. A couple more cars. Death bus. If you want to know what I look like, go to my YouTube channel, Penguin6. I do a video blog pretty much every day, and you can see me talking to the camera on my YouTube channel, Penguin6. We're actually filming right now for our video blog. Some of this content will be in the video blog later today. On tap today is a long walk across the city. We're going to get some lunch, then we're going to walk from Central to Causeway Bay. I haven't done the bacon scene. Kind of forgot that. Happy birthday. Of course, I was reminded of the fact it was my birthday at about 5:30 when the kids woke up and told me, "Get up, Dad, it's your birthday." And then proceeded to throw up. So I've got one kid homesick today. Actually, I have 2 kids homesick today. I have one kid homesick, the other kid pretending to be sick. So I do live in Hong Kong. This is my home. Lived here about 7 years. The kid's going to have a birthday party next week. Next week we have a holiday, so he's going to have a few friends over and they're just going to goof off. Long walk today because A, I need to take a long walk. I haven't walked yesterday. B, I need to go to the toy store and I need to go to the bookstore. Claustrophobic? No, actually, it's very easy to get out of urban Hong Kong and into the countryside. 75% of Hong Kong is undeveloped. So while the 25% of the city is very intense, most of the people who live here know well enough to get out of the city and go up into the country. The recreation trail, I take a hike on the peak. I hike the peak every day, so I go on the recreation trails pretty much every day. Today, because of the weather, I don't know if I'll make it up there. A twin bridge in Hong Kong. That bridge in Transformers is probably out towards the airport. There's a bunch of bridges out there. It's my son's birthday and my birthday. There's a bunch of bridges around a place called Tsingye, Tsingye, and the Lantau Connect, which is the bridges that connect central Hong Kong with the airport. So there's a lot of big suspension bridges out there. That's probably what you saw in Transformers. I honestly can't remember. I didn't pay that much attention to the movie. Let me rephrase that. It's the only bridges basically in Hong Kong that's out that way. Everything else is tunnels. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Sanchez? A couple of months ago I took a trail. Was there anything on there you remember? The bridges don't really have a pedestrian walkway. What trail was it? I took a World War II hike a while ago. I've taken some other hikes, of course. A nature trail across the city that went through like Happy Valley. That was the one when I went up to go find Lover's Rock, and I climbed up that mountain only to find that it was just a stupid rock. Is that the trail? And then I hiked the one on the peak. The one that has the incredible views is the hike I take every day. Yeah, that's Bowen Road, the Bowen Road Recreation Ground. I occasionally take that path. It gets a little crowded though, and it's kind of boring because I get one way and then I have to just basically turn around. Some of the views are nice, but most of the rest of the path is a little tad boring. But we'll see. We'll try to get the Bowen Road path another time, sometime this month. 828, where are we? We are on Argonaut Road next to the old prison, the old jail, making our way to Hollywood Road, and then we'll cut down probably to the noodle shop. One kid is pretending to be sick. One kid has the ability to basically puke on demand, and he's using that, but he doesn't have a fever. The other kid is sick. The other kid has a fever, cough, throwing up. He's the one that's birthday is today. The second one was actually kind of sick over the weekend, and we think he gave the other one whatever the virus was. So then the wife just reported she's got a cough. Welcome to Periscope, and welcome to Hong Kong. You are on Argonaut Road. We're approaching Hollywood Road in the Soho area of Hong Kong, Soho being where a lot of bars are. Gourmet burger or pizza would be good. Puking on demand is a good talent if you're a kid. Thing is, I just really can't get up for a burger today. I don't know what it is. I just wasn't that up for a burger. Not really that up for noodles, to be honest, either, but you gotta eat something. And then if I eat noodles, I have the option of eating something else later today, because I didn't have breakfast. Two lost girls, I could help them with that. Hey, well, Alex. Pasta or chicken burger? We could go to the Peri Peri chicken place, but it usually takes like a half hour for them to make me a sandwich, and that really gets me quite annoyed. And I think I'm going to have a shredded chicken salad for dinner tonight. I saw the nanny getting some chicken today, and I had some rotisserie 2 days ago. So 3 days ago. I've lost track. No Taco Bells. Let's cut the other way today. Corn dog. You know, I had 3 hot dogs on Saturday. 3 jumbo hot dogs. Then I wanted to puke. But I was at a youth football tournament for 12 hours, and that was pretty much my food option. That's a new workout. My youngest son's team did okay. They qualified for the Cup, which is the highest tournament, but then they lost their quarterfinal and they lost their semifinal, so they didn't do very well at the playoffs. My youngest was a little sick, so he wasn't playing at his best. My oldest son Their team got to the Cup semifinals and they lost a heartbreaker. The other team scored one goal, one shot, one goal. That was the only goal my son's team conceded all weekend. My son played amazingly well. He actually was really quite strong, but they just couldn't pull it off this weekend, so bummer. We really wanted to win it. We beat a team that's beaten us twice this year, so we felt good about that. We actually really manhandled a team that beat us twice this year. The kids don't quite understand the concept of long time in the car. They've never been in a car for more than 30 minutes in their life. And we're talking about 5 hours a day for 18 days. Yeah, it's going to be an eye-opening experience. There aren't any really good delis, you know? The sandwiches, the British influence is pret-a-manger, which are those pre-made sandwiches that taste like crap. And the Americans have Subway. But there's really no, all the little delis that have opened, they just can't make ends meet. We're driving from San Francisco to Washington, D.C. this summer. So this summer, if you follow me, you're going to have a road trip across America as I drive across the Great Plains. They do play ice hockey in Hong Kong, but field hockey is kind of popular too. A lot of men play field hockey, like Indian guys and British guys, where it doesn't have, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen American guys play field hockey. What's so special today? It's Monday, and it's my birthday. So, to celebrate my birthday, I think we're going to get noodles. Yeah, thanks. Maybe I should go buy a suit. Well, that reminds me, I got to get my suit tailored. I have to go to a formal event in about a month. How crowded are we today? Oh, it's fine. It's empty. Sweet. No, they never do. Yeah, they play a lot of football here. Hi, okay. Topping wonton and beef. Yeah, yellow noodle. Coke light. Thank you. No, it's not free because of my birthday. They look at me like, so what? Okay. No, there's no menu. It's the same menu. It's been for like 50 years. They're like, your birthday? So what? I've had like 14. Prices? So I got the 2-topping noodles, which is 35 Hong Kong. That's about $5 US. Yeah, they dance on the tables when it's your birthday. So the total price is 44 bucks. This is about $5.50 US. Oh. Raven used to eat here every single day when she was a young, aspiring fashion model, Raven Tao. She still eats here now that she's successful. I really don't want them dancing on the table. I mean, they might be 20, but they're 20 going on 55. Working in a place like this kind of ages you. So I'm Penguin 6, by the way. I hike you around Hong Kong every day. Today we're going to hike over to Causeway Bay, which is on the other side of the Central. It'll take us a bit, and we're going to go to a bookstore, a giant Taiwanese bookstore, and we're going to go to Toys R Us. Yeah? We're going to go to a Toys R Us here in Hong Kong. But on the way, it'll take a while. We're going to have a long walk. Of course, air conditioning. Raven is still here. She's been jet lagged beyond belief from her trip, so I think she's just coming out of her shell. It's not expensive to eat out. I mean, this is $5.50 American, yeah? But it's expensive to live here. I mean, it can be expensive to eat out. Depends what you want to eat. Here we go. Okay. Breakfast of Champions. What's that? The green stuff you like. A little slow for that. Still needs to cook a bit. There's Vegas. Yeah, I don't even know what things cost in the U.S. anymore. But I'm going to find out this summer. Oops, sorry. When we drive across the country. We'll be visiting lots of Jimmy John's, lots of Dairy Queens. It's very hot. Yeah, to live here like an upper middle class Westerner is pretty expensive. But the camera is on my phone. I'm holding it in my hand. Still gotta cook a bit. My kids are not used to fresh milk. How they get out to you this fast? Because they're cooking like 100 bowls of it in the back. Basically, the noodles are pre-cooked. They put them in a bowl, they pour soup on it, they put the toppings on it, they serve it. It's all ready to go. Soup restaurants, very easy. Apparently they did block Periscope. There are many live streaming apps in China. It's better than ramen. I leave on the 15th of June. We'll come back about August 1st. So I'm going to go for a 6-week vacation this summer. They do have some sauce, not that one. They have their own that they make. I'll be scoping as I cross across America. I saw the sea lion. That was pretty crazy. Sea lion, putting the lion back in sea lion. We stay in motels. We have a house in America. So the first 2 weeks we're staying with family. Then we'll cross the country for about 18 days or so. And we'll stay in motels most of the time. I'll stay with my dad for a few days. We're renting a minivan, you know? I think it's a Dodge Caravan. Octopus. It's a sea animal. 8 ways to cook Chinese octopus. I was watching Silicon Valley. It's going to be pretty crazy. It's delicious. How long? It took about a minute. The record was 17 seconds. The fastest I've ever had noodles was 17 seconds. Not hot dog. Yeah, let's take a picture of this. I will drive through Michigan, actually. We're going to go to Notre Dame. and then we'll drive through Michigan on our way to Niagara Falls. I don't know where the noodles come from, to be honest. The dumpling are shrimp dumplings. This is called wonton noodles. These are shrimp wontons, which are shrimp and shrimp meat smushed together into a ball and then wrapped in a dumpling wrapper. Hey, Rocket Town, how's it going? And then they're basically boiled in the soup. And then it has these little yellow noodles, which I've pretty much inhaled already. The broth is pretty soulful. That's the shrimps inside. Do they have buffets? Not really. Not like Big Boy or Farmer's Banquet or whatever it's called in the U.S. This is really good. Golden Coral, is that what it's called? I saw a hilarious sign. A Chinese restaurant in the United States had an all-you-can-eat buffet. And then on the side out front, they said, all you can eat. You come, you eat, you leave. You don't just sit here all day. Because some of the people were like coming all-you-can-eat buffet and just staying there for like hours and hours and hours. And some of the newly discovered Chinese just couldn't fathom the idea that people would spend all day in an all-you-can-eat buffet eating until forever. Okay. All right, what are they doing here besides blocking my way? So, are you? It's my birthday. And my son's birthday. Are they paying freaking pennies or something? Hi. Thank you. Okay, we're done. I feel satiated. This is Mock's Noodles. This is the one across the street. I don't eat here that often because I like the one across the street the other better. But there's little wontons there. There's all the bowls of soup getting ready to be served. Okay, so our great adventure is about to begin. We're going to walk across the city. For those who want to follow along, let's see. We're probably going to start on Queens Road. And we're going to make our way into what's known as Hennessy Road. And we're going to cut all the way down Hennessy Road to Causeway Bay. This walk is going to take, I think, easily 30 to 45 minutes. So, if you're bored and you're trying to fall asleep, just prop the phone up next to your bed and my dulcet tones will calm you as you fall off into slumberland. Whoa, what's that? Well, Queens Road Central is where I am right now, and Queens Road Central will become Hennessy Road, Hennessey, in Hong Kong. It's pretty cool. Oh, the tram, yeah, I can take the tram. It takes a few side streets, but I actually need the steps today because I didn't go up to the peak yet. So let's just make this hike. So now we're going to cut right through the heart of the city right now at lunchtime. So this is when all the office workers are out shopping for luxury watches. What's our cross street right now? Our cross street, Queens Road Central. We're coming up on Pottinger Street, Pottinger. Burgundy Blonde, I missed it. I was looking at the street signs. Yeah, didn't help you fall asleep maybe. Manning's is one of 2 drugstores in Hong Kong. Manning's and how's the other one? Watson's. That's the other one. Manning's and Watson's are our 2 drugstores. The nanny has both kids. I do have a Fitbit One in my pocket. The kids are home today sick. Well, one is sick and the other is plain sick. That's Topshop. That's like the Gap of England. It's a little bit of sprinkly rain. Oh wow. It's not that bad. Skateboards are not allowed here. Probably not. Yeah, this is my YouTube voice. Hey, how's it going? This is my YouTube voice. We talk to you with the YouTube voice. There's actually some studies that people who have the YouTube voice get more traffic. Functional panties. Oh, hey, let's get a lot of traffic. You guys want to like increase my traffic numbers? Watch this. Whoa, but now watch the numbers are going to go up. The numbers are going to spike up as all the 12-year-old boys see the screen capture and they're going to be like, oh, dude, there's a girl spot. It didn't work I didn't stay there long enough. Well, there's a few coming in. What is that? It's like, those are pajamas? Clickbait, yeah. Yeah, let's just clickbait it a bit. So we're going to clickbait here for a bit until our numbers get up a bit. Come on, 12-year-olds. I know you're out there. It's a Sunday night. You don't have much going on. Nah, it didn't work. Sometimes it works. Does she live in Hong Kong? You know, actually, she probably does. There are a lot of Caucasian models here in Hong Kong. Mainly Eastern European women. They're about 6'2", eyes of blue, blonde hair, size -5, size -2. And they work as fashion models here in Hong Kong. So, and they're all after bankers because there's so many bankers here. Wherever there's a lot of bankers, there's a lot of fashion models. Well, that says this is a very big fashion industry here in Hong Kong, especially on the marketing and design side. So your comments are a bit delayed, probably because of all the traffic, all the people here. But we'll keep broadcasting. So if I don't answer your comments, it's not that I'm being a jerk, it's just I don't see it. Oh, so we're still on Queens Road. My son is going to be what's called. Yeah, I think they're size -2. Do they have a size -2? Oh, they're skinny rail stick creatures. Oh, he's not going anywhere. That's the Mercedes-Benz Cafe. Mercedes licensed out their logo and they created a brand, a restaurant, Mercedes Coffee Shop. It's not crowded right now. This is pretty mellow, to be honest. It'll be crowded in about an hour when lunchtime starts. Yeah, it's my birthday. Say it's your birthday. Da-na-na-na-na-na. It's my birthday too, yeah. Gonna have a good... I have not been to the Mercedes Cafe. The idea of paying to have like a cup of coffee in a Mercedes mug just sounded ridiculous. I mean, when I think Mercedes, I don't really think, espresso. Lady in red.
How about you?
Porsche Cafe, yeah. Porsche jacket. There's a pretty lucrative market in fake Formula One clothing. And you can get like all the jackets that like the Formula One teams have for like $5 US. It's lunchtime. It's 11:51 on a Monday, May 22nd here in Hong Kong. And we are walking on Queens Road Central, which will become Queens Road East, and then Hennessy Road. And we're going to take Hennessy Road all the way into Causeway Bay. We're going to go to a bookstore called ES Light, E-S-L-I-T-E. It's a Taiwanese bookstore chain that has a huge branch here in Hong Kong. Going to buy a couple books for my son for his birthday. Then we're going to stop. Oh, wait a second. We may have to stop at Toy Street and buy some Pokemon cards for my son. This is Queens Road Central, next to the Gucci, next to Landmark, the Mandarin Oriental Landmark, Versace, Hennessy like the liquor. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Cozzers, bully van. So there's a bully van. Most of the cops drive bully vans here, or they walk. You don't really see actual squad cars. Longchamp. Weirdest place I've ever visited. Oh God. Some of the Leyuman, some of the seafood markets where you walk down through the seafood market, it's kind of like an aquarium, and you just basically pick out the food you want to eat, and then they cook it for you. That's pretty weird. Haven't been there in a while though. How tall are the buildings? The tallest building in Hong Kong Island is about 1,400 feet. You're not looking at it now. But that one's easily about 70 stories, I think. That's the Chung Hong building. That's Bloomberg's offices are in there. Bloomberg Asia. High streets have security guards. Yeah, a lot of them do, but honestly, it's a pretty civil society down here. There are a lot of undercover cops on the street too. Whenever there's an incident, suddenly you're amazed at how many of the people walking around are actually under plainclothes police officers. You're just like, wait a second, where did you 10 guys appear from? It is raining, yeah. What are those buses? Those are single. There's double deckers over there, and then regular buses. These are just city buses. This is a Tesla, Mercedes, Toyota Crown Comforts. These are the taxis. This is a Porsche, BMW. What's the next one behind it? Another Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes. The other ones, those were, there are two buses. KMB is one bus company, and then, what's the other one? I can't remember the other name. Or New something. And they're the two franchise bus services, basically, that run franchise routes. New World, that's the other one. And they're going to repaint them. They're going to start, I think these guys are dropping the orange and green and going to red. Are there any art museums that are must visits? No. No, a must visit? No. There are specific shows that come through every now and then that are worth seeing, but it's not really known for its art scene. There are a lot of art galleries that you should visit. In fact, some of the really big works of art are auctioned here, but not a lot of museums. So this is HSBC's headquarters on the left here, and over there is the Lippo Center. That's the building. Oh, ambulance. Greyhound type buses. Yeah, coaches go up into China. There are a lot of those. That lady in red was way back there, yeah? Yeah, that one over there was a bit older. She was a birthday cake or Christmas cake. Do you guys know the expression Christmas cake? Christmas cake is an expression used by old Chinese grandmothers. Christmas cake means after the 25th, nobody really cares. So if you're a single woman who's like 26 or something like that, they call you a Christmas cake, you know? Oh yeah, after the 25th, nobody cares. So they call you Christmas cake. There are a lot of Christmas cake women in Hong Kong. There are a lot of single women in Hong Kong. Sorry. 26 is young, yes. But in the culture here, 25 is, oh my God, we don't have grandchildren yet. Ah. The emergency services, it's not bad response time. The only difficulty is occasionally there's traffic. But to combat that, they actually have firefighting motorcycles and paramedic motorcycles. So like at rush hour when traffic is bad, they'll dispatch motorcycle crews first. and then they'll follow up with bigger units. So like if there's a car fire on the freeway, they'll dispatch a motorcycle firefighting motorcycle, and then a firefighting paramedic, and then the ambulance and regular fire trucks will catch up later if they can. This is the rainy season, yeah, but it's not really that. I mean, I haven't popped the umbrella yet because I don't really feel that bad. Yeah, if you go to YouTube, type Hong Kong ambulance motorcycle or paramedic motorcycle, you can see videos of those. So the clouds are kind of low. That's 1,440 feet up there. If I say that, then some like Harry Potter wizard spell might take place, you know? This is the Bank of China. This is I Am Pei design building. No, boy, here comes the rain. Wonder Twin powers activate. Hong Kong was a colony of England for over 150 years. So we just had to activate our umbrella. No, there are too many men in China, actually. Mathematically, in China there are too many men. In Hong Kong there are too many women. It's kind of a weird setup. HSBC, the oldest bank. I don't know technically if it's the oldest. It's certainly one of the oldest, them in Standard and Chartered. So we're at the base of the Bank of China right now. I can't really show you much more because my camera will get all wet. It is raining now. This is going to be a wet walk. I'm Penguin 6, by the way. You're here in Hong Kong with me as we walk from rail. Now we're in Central, and when we cross this next road, we'll be at Admiralty. Then we'll go through Wan Chai, and then we're going to go into Causeway Bay. Causeway Bay is our destination today. We're heading to ES Light Bookstore, where I'm buying my son 2 books for his birthday. So long, and thanks for all the fish and the restaurant at the end of the universe. It is the rainy season, yes. I have 2 sons. Dump your wife. Oh, sorry. My wife is pretty awesome. So a lot of guys do come to Hong Kong and get divorced and then end up marrying some stick creature who's like 22. Like the trophy wife collection at my son's international school is pretty amazing. I saw this old geezer, he must have been like 55, and then this woman came in, I think she was Nepalese or something, and she was just lyrically beautiful. She couldn't have been more than 27 or something like that. And she had like 3 kids with this guy. Like, whoa. We are going to the bookstore, and then we're going to Toys R Us. We might stop at, I could go to Sogo. Sogo has some cards. We might go to a Japanese toy store too to get some Pokemon cards. The guy dumped her? No, the guy dumped his first wife. I heard these kids talking on the bus once. Whoa, that was almost a wreck. So these 2 kids were talking on the shuttle bus once, and they're like, and he's like, oh, that's my mom. And they said, that's not your mom. I've seen your mom. He's like, oh, no, that's my Filipino mom. And my real mom lives over in this other house. I'm like, oh, I see. Some guy married the nanny. You know, that's a tricky thing. If you get divorced and you don't have the proper paperwork to stay here, it can be kind of ugly. That's a big issue with expat marriages. You know, like people move to another country, marry someone, then after a couple years it doesn't work out, but they haven't formalized the paperwork. This happens in the United States even. They haven't formalized the paperwork, and then one spouse, well, has to leave the country. And then it becomes this huge issue for the children. It's like one of the biggest issues in expat relationships is what do you do in a divorce situation? My wife's work sponsors our visa, but we are now lived here long enough that we're permanent residents. And we have the paperwork underway to get that finished. I lived here 7 years ago. I am Zlatan. Is that a real book? I remember in the cartoon they had that book. I am Zlatan. I was Zlatan. Maybe if they have that book, I'll get him. He likes Zlatan. So right here, we're underneath the Hong Kong court, and this is where they bring the prisoners in, war game style. So that's like a giant door that opens up, and then the prisoner vehicles go in and drop off the prisoners. Kind of like the movie War Games, if you ever saw that, where they had the Whopper. Some trams coming here. Now, if I took a tram, I'd probably get there a bit faster, but I'll go for a walk. Yeah, if you remember, we were doing the Rurik Jutting case about 6 months ago. I was down here when he arrived in that full SWAT team. Yeah, I will check the book out. I remember in the Nike commercial, the last game, there was a cartoon version of Zlatan selling a book. I am Zlatan. I was Zlatan. That's a very funny commercial. The last game, Nike. Also, winner stays on. Probably the best football Nike soccer commercial ever made. Winner stays on. You can see that on YouTube. Oh, she turned around and looked at me as I walked past. Hey, Brian. A lot of the IT jobs are taken by Chinese programmers, so it's a little bit competition for entry-level IT jobs. It's pretty harsh. FinTech, though, finance tech is pretty good. How you doing, Brian? Anyway, so we're now, I think it's still technically Queens Road Central, but just at the next bridge it's going to become Hennessy Road, and then we're going to walk down this road for, well, quite a while. On my right is Pacific Place, the shopping mall. Yeah, we're out walking. We're walking to the bookstore. I could cut through there. It's quite a bit. It just started raining, actually. I could take this down for a moment, though. I'm under a glass walkway. Baywatch. See, we get the same movies you get. Just, they run Chinese subtitles. Oh, this whole street is Baywatch, basically. So when I was a lawyer, I went to the Inns of Court in England and dined at the high table with all the barristers in the temple, the Inns of Court. And one of the first questions I got from all these junior apprentices was, "Oh, you're from America. Tell me, is Baywatch real?" And I was just like, yes it is. Every beach in America is patrolled by Baywatch. And they all look like that. Oh, sometimes it's... Yeah, I was back with Pamela Anderson. Yeah, today's my birthday, and we're going to buy a present for my son, who also has his birthday today. Chairman Mao closed. That's a Bentley. Oh, with a Communist Party tag on it, too. So that guy was some high-ranking party executive. We're not going to have a big party. Roseanne's being able to school. Yeah, it was a pretty cool present, having a kid on your birthday. Kind of makes all other birthdays a little anticlimactic, though. Except the year my wife bought me 3 strippers. That was pretty crazy. Oh, no, sorry. Just kidding. Hooked is closed. It's Monday. No, we're having a small party for that. My son we used to have big parties for my son, and they're just a logistical nightmare. So now he's just like, Dad, can I just have like 4 or 5 kids come over? I'm like, sure. So that was what, a pencil skirt? That's what they call a pencil skirt? That's really popular here. For kids, they have a big event at 100 days. When a child his first 100 days, that's a huge thing. And then they have birthdays. And the birthdays here are pretty insane. Yeah, if you're tall and slim, you can wear a pencil skirt. Well, you can guess what? Most people in Hong Kong can fit a pencil skirt pretty easily. So here on my right are air raid shelters. Yeah, these are air raid shelters from World War II. 100 days was just sort of meant the kid was going to live, basically. In China, they used to have 1 kid, but now they can have as many as they want. Well, 2 centuries ago, most kids didn't make it 100 days, no matter if they're China or the U.S. We are going to Bookstore. I mean, if you look at the miscarriage rate, even your grandfather or great-grandparents' generation, if you go back to your great-grandparents, chances are someone in your family probably lost a child in infancy. I mean, President Bush, George the Senior, he lost a daughter. Michael Dukakis, they lost a kid. You know, and the generation before them, it was very frequent. If I go back to my genealogy, I go back 150 years, it's common to see 1 or 2 children died at birth or infancy. It was, you know, much more widespread than it is today. But still, so 100 days was sort of like the thing. Oh, the kid made it through the first 100 days. I had noodles. The U.S. has a pretty bad rate, mathematically so. They've got a lot of underweight babies. They've got a lot of malnourished mothers. It's not good. There's too many young people having kids in the U.S. But the rates are also called slightly differently. For example, Hong Kong and Japan have great rates, but they technically define miscarriages a little bit differently, whereas the U.S. technically defines miscarriages at like a certain point, whereas you could actually have, I think in Japan, you could actually have a live birth and still have it declared a miscarriage. So there's some mathematical statistical anomalies in the definition of what is a live birth and what is a miscarriage that have not fully been sorted out or statistically adjusted for. I think another number, though, if you would look at life expectancy after 1 year, so they take out that first year, the numbers are still not that good for the U.S. Yeah, George Bush Senior, they lost a child. It was just a lot more common back then. I've done a lot with open data, which is government data, and I've looked at things like births, miscarriage rates, and it's interesting because the standards are slightly different for each country, which means a straight comparison becomes somewhat difficult, even between countries like the United States and Europe, which have slightly different standards. The World Health Organization has a standard they wish all countries would adopt, but countries are stubborn, of course. Hong Kong scores very high on life expectancy, but if you factor out those deaths that take place in, say, the first 2 weeks because they reclassify them as miscarriages, well, that skewers the numbers. I mean, if you suddenly lose the low end of your average, it's going to make the high end go up, you know. So, should we go to the toy? We should go to the toy store. So we're going to take a slight detour here on Johnston Road, and we're going to duck into the toy markets, and I'm going to buy my son. Oh crap! I don't have much cash. All right. We're going to buy my son some Pokemon cards. But I need to find an ATM. There should be an ATM on this street. I know there's an ATM up ahead. The toy markets are up on the right, and the toy markets are a lot cheaper than Toys R Us. I actually would buy the things I need in the toy markets, but for the fact I have to then carry them across the city in the rain. So I'm thinking I'll just wait till I get to Toys R Us, and then I can deal with it at Toys R Us. I haven't shopped at Toys R Us in a long time. My kids have kind of don't really do many toys anymore. I will take a taxi home, yeah. But I still have a lot of walking to go. I'm only in Wonton. I just packed Fenwick Road, Johnston Road at Fenwick, Fenwick, and Johnston. Oh wow. What was his name? Mullally or something? I can't remember what Ford's CEO was. Hello. People are trilingual. This actually, there are a couple strip joints nearby here, but prostitution is legal in Hong Kong, so there are not so many red light districts when you can just, order up whatever you want or go over to a prostitute's house and, why do you need to, there are areas where there are street workers, but it's generally safer to just get one off the internet. Yeah, in Temple Street Market, there are some women working on the side of the streets. It's kind of weird. They're not like, they're all kind of like demure dressed. They're kind of like the sexy girl next door look. They're not dressed like, skanky kind of prostitute looking. They're dressed like, like a girl next door wearing a really tight sweater. Yeah? So, like, oh, I see. John Ho was there last night. People live everywhere in Hong Kong. So above all these offices and restaurants and everything are housing. Yes, they do have websites. What, you want to know the name? Just go type the number 141. Go type Hong Kong and then the number 141, okay? Yeah, tell your friend to go on Google and type Hong Kong 141. "141" means one person for one person. That's the concept of it. But they also have like giant buildings. There's like this place called the Fuji Hotel, and it's like 14 floors of one-room brothels. So like, there's an expression, let's go climb Mount Fuji, where they go to this place and just work their way down. I'm still on Johnston Road, yeah, at Amoy Street, A-M-O-Y. Amoy, now known as Shaman. This is actually, they don't really commute from the mainland. Children do, though. There are many children in Shenzhen who go to school here in Hong Kong. But a daily commute, no, because you would need residency rights in Shenzhen and working rights in Hong Kong. And it's a little bit hard to obtain both. In addition, your passport would literally fill up with stamps. So every 2 months you'd need a new passport. And it's pretty far. So no, they don't really commute. But a lot of kids who live in Shenzhen go to school in Hong Kong. Is it popular? I don't really know. I mean, in China, it's a little bit. I think in China, it's a bit more popular than it is in the U.S. In the U.S., it's sort of underground and looked down upon. In China, it's just kind of like business as usual or something like that. Mainland China, sort of that culture pervades here too. Let's see if we can get around. No, we got a tram. Look at this. A bit crowded here. I can't go on the sidewalk and I can't go on the street. I'm gonna wait here for the purple one to go by. If I take my umbrella down, I can make it. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm getting wet though. Umbrella activate. So I gotta grab some cash. This is Toy Street. We're gonna go down this street here, And we're going to get some Pokemon cards for my son's birthday. But actually, you know what? He said he didn't really want Pokemon cards. I'll get some anyway. More stuff for him to open up on his birthday dinner. I can get some from his brother too. And I need cash anyway. Bank. ATM. So I always buy his brother something too. I never let it just one kid. I don't need to top up my MTR. Actually, I've got like $400 on it. English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Such a good. Let's get a couple thousand. So we're going to need about $2,900. That's about 300 or 400 US. Those were electric trains. There are overhead wires. I don't know if you can see them there. Walk now, walk now. Yeah, it is kind of Blade Runner-esque. Credit cards are not where I'm going now. They don't really take credit cards. I'm going into a street market. When I go to Toys R Us later, I'll use a credit card. Give me money. Piss off. Oops. You get your siblings with gifts? Oh, sorry, money's in the way. So yeah, there are. If you look on the top of the tram, you can see the cable there. Beggars. Old mother with her son, blind son, I think. My wife loves this. This is like, this guy makes these mamas. It's raining right now. But he won't sell it though. We've tried to buy it from him. Ooh, fidget spinners. Look at all the fidget spinners. It's like fidget spinner world. Maybe I should get the kids new fidget spinners. They're only $10. Are these any good ones? Yeah, they're pretty good. This is like land of fidget spinners. Great Christmas? I think they dancing. Now they got these new, different type ones. Oh wow, that place is changing. So we're going to the place that sells Pokemon cards really cheap. You've never seen a fidget spinner. You don't have children, do you? They're the most popular toy in the world right now. Fidget spinners. The most popular toy on the planet. Hated by teachers. You've never seen them, really? Why are they popular? Because there's something you do with your hands. They were designed for children with autism to keep themselves focused. They could put it in their hand and focus on that. But then, people who are trying to quit smoking will play with these things. Everybody loves these things. They're everywhere. I mean, there's a whole bunch more. Just little fidgety things. But I need Pokemon. Okay, which ones do you like? I like this one. Give him a couple of these. I think he likes the Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon Guardians. I think he likes this one. These. Oh no, he likes these other ones. Yeah, English is still used here. What else do we have? Breakthrough Evolutions. Give us some of these. Alright. I have no idea what cards are good. Just get a bunch of cards. Let's see. Quarter, about $3 each. Excuse me. Right, come bag, please. Magnets. And,
Okay.
and a bag too.
One bag.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Some were only $2, but some were $3. The bag was 50 cents Hong Kong, which is like a nickel. This guy's just Legos, basically. I need to buy Legos later. This guy's got some cool stuff. It's mostly Legos. Ooh. But I've been looking to buy Legos at Toys R Us in case I buy the wrong one. So this is all toys. This whole street is nothing but toys, basically. What the hell are those? Dragon Ball? Ooh, bullet trains. I haven't bought him any gifts, really. We're going to go buy some books. I'm going to get him some gifts later. These are just a few things for tonight. He does. He has a lot of the old, those blue Tommy cut trains. He has a whole massive set of those. He doesn't play with them very much anymore, though. He's kind of outgrown the toy trains. But we had all the Japanese toy train sets, the Tomika. Tomika, kure-doo-doo. He never really got into Gundams. And we had Matchbox. We had some cars, but that was a short-lived phase. We had the Cars. He liked the movie Cars. And so we had a lot of the vehicles from the movie Cars, but that didn't last very long before he discovered soccer, and then when he discovered soccer, his interest in toys really faded. I like turtles. Okay, on our way. See, there's a building under this bamboo scaffolding. Actually, if I cut through here, I can save some time. Oh crap, but I can't cross the street. I don't know. We'll see. No, just about everybody in Hong Kong is playing with their mobile phone, so I kind of just blend in like another dude playing with his phone. Nobody really asks. If I use my Steadicam, my DJI Osmo, then people are like, "Ooh, what are you filming?" But this way they just think I'm playing Candy Crush or something. Actually, I just started playing a game on my iPad called Balls, B-A-L-L-Z. Boy, that one's addictive as hell. B-A-L-L-Z on the iPad. Hong Kong is 7.3 million people. I think New York is about 8, isn't it? New York is much bigger. Well, it's complicated. New York has probably more area. Hong Kong has a lot of area, but it's all reserved as parks. So 75% of Hong Kong is mountains and jungles. Everybody lives in condo buildings. Nobody has a house, really. Very few people have houses. Yeah, B-A-L-L-Z is the game I'm playing on the iPad. Very addictive. Hello. Yeah, it's in the App Store for the iPad, B-A-L-L-Z. Maybe I'll give him an iTunes gift card so he can buy some stuff. I think he would like that. It's only iPad. I don't think it's for the iPhone. It's kind of like Breakout, but it's a bit more complicated than Breakout. Red light. Oh, I didn't know it was on the iPhone. Here we go. So we've been walking down Johnston Road. We're going to relink into Hennessy Road in a bit and make our way into Causeway Bay. In fact, probably going to cut over the other side of the street. It's a little easier. So there's like a building down here that's all comic book stores. There's like a building devoted to comic books. I think we can walk by it, yeah? You know, they sort of walk all over the place. My kids don't play very much on the Xbox. We limit their Xbox time significantly. I think last week they played 17 minutes on the Xbox. They jog over to Johnston just to service, there was more apartments there, and service the markets that are there. I think, actually, no, now that I think about it, when they built the tram, Johnston Road used to be the waterfront. And so Hennessy is built on dredge, on fill. More fidget spinners, more. I might have to get some of these for the United States, though. 1 hour a week. That's pretty good. That's about where we're at. A little bit more. But it depends on their attitude. Sometimes they get really whiny, and then we just cut it back. Oh, I'm still on. All right, I'm on Wanchai Road. I guess I could stay on this road. This is a more local road. All right, so we're going to walk down this road. This is Wanchai Road, and then we'll cut through a market into Causeway Bay. This is more interesting than Hennessy Road. So Wanchai Road, W-A-N-C-H-A-I Road. And the cross street is Burroughs Street, B-U-R-R-O-W-S, Burroughs. And I think, yeah, there it is. This is like a comic book incubator, yeah? This building here is reserved for artists and comic books and anime and otaku guys, yeah? So they kind of have a lot of floors in that building. There's a couple comic book companies and stuff. Yeah, this used to be the coastline. Yoshinoya, where the wind blows, whipping through the wind. 120, that means it's about 120. What time is it here? 12:20 here in Hong Kong, Monday morning. Anywhere to go running? Sure. I mean, we have 75% of Hong Kong is mountains and jungle. Most of the island is very deserted. You can go for long hikes. Trail running here in Hong Kong is probably the national sport. Has some of the best trail running paths in the world. So competitive trail running is actually quite big here in Hong Kong. They have some international tournaments. So see, here's 7 Mallory Street, M-A-L-L-O-R-Y, Mallory. Yeah, if you go look up like Hong Kong hiking, Hong Kong trail running, I think you'd be pretty amazed. We have trails that go on for 30, 40 miles. And they are so difficult, you simply cannot do them in a day or two. I mean, they're just up, down mountains. One called the Macklehose. The Macklehose Trail is a killer. I mean, like, world-class trail runners come to Hong Kong to train on that sucker. Oh, I think a new stop. I hear drums. It's all downtown, yeah? Oh, it's not drums, it's somebody pushing a cart. I thought it was drums. I like cake. That's a cake supply store. This place is awesome. Let's duck in, yeah? Who likes cake? I like cake. So this store is nothing but cake supplies. So like from making ice popsicle cold. Oh, look at that, space pops. Ooh, what the hell's those? Gut maker, classic space pops, pie pans. So this store just exists for cakes. Like cookie cutters. Look at all the cookie cutters. Totoro. Totoro cookie cutter. $2. $2 US. Ah. Totoro, no Toro. I'm buying all of them. I only have 3. What else do they have? Snoopy. Snoopy. I'm getting Snoopy. Rubber ducky. I can't recognize some of these other ones. That's Mickey Mouse, of course. That's that bear, that Japanese bear. That's scary. It's like an emoji cookie cutter. Stegosaurus. I am a Stegosaurus. We're going to do the Stegosaurus too. Stegosaurus cookie cutter. So awesome. What else do we got here? Just sugar. Hi. Hey. Can I have a bag, please, too?
Yes. Okay, 75 and 50 cents.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Ha-ha! Cool! I got a Totoro cookie cutter. Woo! I got 3, 1 for me, 1 for my sister, and 1 as a giveaway. But I don't know when I'm going to do it. Maybe when we get to the US, we'll do a giveaway of my Totoro cookie cutter. That way I don't have to ship it. So you guys can make. Yeah, that's my kids love those ASDF commercials, those ASDF cartoons. So if you type ASDF Stegosaurus, that's like one of their favorite sayings. I am a Stegosaurus. But you have to watch the full video to understand the meaning. ASDF, those are these. I think ASDF Collection 4 is probably the most funny that you can find on YouTube. So type ASDF number 4 on YouTube. And I think the Stegosaurus is in that one too. I'm coming June 15th. So here's a little basketball court in the middle of the city. Yeah, ASDF number 4 on YouTube. It's got some of the funny episodes. It is a rainy day. School ends about the same in June. I am going to miss the developer conference, but it's really expensive. I'm more interested in what they're going to come out with. I'd rather spend my money buying a new product, hopefully a new iMac. So we're on Wanshai Road heading into Causeway Bay. We're going to cut through the Wanshai Street Market in a bit, which is going to be a bit mental. Go by a fresh noodle place where they make fresh noodles every day. World famous noodle place. Dream. The hell is that? That's kind of weird. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep, said beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Bakery. SpongeBob's brain. It's we're going to cross the street here and make our way into the street markets. This is a wet market, the Wan Chai wet market, Causeway Bay wet market. Now this street down to my right is all lamps. This is all lighting and lamps. So when you need to buy new lamps for your house or lights, you come to this street, Morrison Hill Road. Yeah, this is Morrison Hill Road. And it's all like lamp supply shops. I kid you not, it's kind of weird. Whoa, those girls almost got hit. Playing hooky from school, it looks like. Markets are wet. Crime is very low in the city. Crime is, well, basically non-existent for the expat community. We have one of the lowest violent crime rates in the world, very low murder rate. So we don't really worry about crime. Now this place up here is like a famous noodle place. They have fresh noodles every day. I usually come down here with a wife and we buy noodles, but I don't know what she wants. High-end electronics and a Blu-ray. You really get the low-end stuff here. It's more cheap. So these guys sell like fresh. Ooh, look at that. There's the noodles I like. Yeah. Yeah, I pay about 8,000 US a month in rent. Ooh, wonton. Oh, they have dumplings too. Yeah, there's all the noodles. Oh, I love those noodles. Get some noodles. I had noodles for lunch. I had wonton. So let's go with the fish. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. Fish heads, eat them up. Yum. My wife likes these. Sometimes they flay them alive for you to see the, so the fish will be like split in half and you can see the heartbeat is still beating. He's cutting up a cow. Smells like durians, which is not a pleasant smell. These are ifu noodles. I like ifu noodles. Fish balls. These are huge shrimp. Look at those monsters, man. Dang. You get like, that could get on your face. Then like something would like come out of your stomach a few days later. We're in the Wan Chai Road Market. I don't really know if this street has a name. It's just sort of a side street. That's Canal Road West. Canal Road West. So I just at Canal Road West into the street markets. Times Square is right over there. Let's see where we're gonna go. Let's go see the voodoo women, yeah? You guys love it when I take you to see the voodoo women. So these are the women that will put a curse on someone for $5 US. So for broadcasting stereo sound, I don't know if I'm on stereo or not. I would assume so, but I'm using what do I have? I have a Rode lapel microphone on right now. So we're going down now to the cursing. Yeah, Chinese Whiskers. Chinese Whiskers you guys should follow on Instagram. They take photos of all the shop cats, all the cats and dogs that work at the shops. So down here for $5 American, you can have a curse placed on your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, or a curse lifted, or have your fortune told. So these are the voodoo women, the shoe slappers. And these women are having their fortunes told, or having curse told. So they're getting Chinese voodoo curses. I don't see anyone getting a curse right now. No one's getting their shoe slapped, but a lot of people are getting advice from the fortune tellers. Those are the fortune tellers. Oh, you hear that? Hear it? There. Driving off the evil spirits. Slapping it with a shoe. So that curse is being placed or lifted. I can't tell which. Sorry. One day, I think Scope Team Hong Kong should sell curses. Yeah? You guys will like send us your photo, we'll print them out, and we will have a curse placed or lifted on your behalf. Would you rather do that? That would be kind of cool. We could be selling curses over Periscope. Wow, this place is pretty popular, wherever the hell it is. Noodle shop. That noodle shop was on Wan Chai Road in the market. If you come on Wan Chai Road and then you cross Morrison, so it's at Wan Chai Road and Morrison Hill Road. So this is known as Restaurant Street. This entire street, these buildings, every floor is a restaurant. Every floor is a restaurant of these buildings here. So there are literally about 100 restaurants in one block. Yeah? 100 restaurants in this block. This is a Jamie Oliver place here. Some are, some aren't. You can't survive for long. I mean, when you've got 100 restaurants competing for your dollar, you better be good, yeah? Otherwise, nobody will go there. Oh God, I smell the Korean barbecue. Oh, that's what I should have for dinner. Oh, whoa, she's tall. Hello. She could play basketball. Check it out. So these are all restaurants. Every floor. Huh? Where's my favorite place? Did it close? What the hell? Hi. No, no, booyah. Shishi. No, just looking. No, it's okay. I've had lunch. Thank you. Oh, it's gone. Oh my God, my barbecue joint has left. Oh, what street are we on? I don't even know the name of this street. What happened to 7080? It can't be closed. That would suck beyond anything that has sucked before. But I think it's closed. My favorite barbecue place is closed. Oh, bummer, man. This is a chain. This guy's face. I mean, this doesn't really make me want to eat noodles, but I guess the locals do. KFCs are everywhere, actually. They got a lot of KFCs. I don't really like them. They got Jollibee, though. That's the Filipino fried chicken. Filipino fried chicken. Woo! Once you go Filipino fried chicken, you won't go KFC. No, there's like six of them, so they probably just moved. What are they steaming here? Nothing. Well, suck. Intersection of the famous noodle place is Morrison Hill Road at Wan Chai Road. Wan Chai Road at Morrison Hill Road, and then you just walk into the market about 3 or 4 stalls, and it's on the left-hand side. So, oh, this is a pop-up. These are a pop-up crockery shop. These are famous in Hong Kong. These places show up and disappear in a couple weeks, but all they do is sell crockery right from the factory direct. So you can get like plates and bowls, pop-up dishes. Pop-up crockery stores. People love these places. $8 for one. So these are $1 US. These are $1 US per bowl. $1 US. They'll just pop up somewhere else. All right, where are we at? We're here. Yeah, we're gonna get killed by a car. Okay, we're safe. So yeah, Morrison Hill Road at Wan Chai Road, just inside the market, on your left, about 3 or 4 stops. That's a famous noodle place. Fresh noodles every single day. Highly recommended. You'll see it. It's the place that's got all the fresh noodles in the window. If you ever come to Hong Kong and want fresh noodles, or if you live here and are looking for something different. So now we're back on Hennessy Road. Boy, I could go for a bloomin' onion. It's a bloomin' onion kind of day. So we're in Causeway Bay now, and the bookstore is just at the next building. We've got to ride up 3 escalators. It's up 9 stories. So we're gonna have a really fun escalator ride here in a minute. You need to come to Hong Kong? Yeah, you do. Round trip airfare has never been cheaper. Guys, do you know what my round trip airfare was this summer? For me and my family to fly to San Francisco and then fly back from Washington to Hong Kong, round trip, $620 US. $620 US round trip, Hong Kong to the United States and then back again from a different airport, not even the same freaking airport, an open jaw. Do you know how much it is? That open jaw returns are a pain in the ass. Bargain, $600. Guys, you could be here in Hong Kong for $600. Yeah, per person. That was on, I think it was on United. Thank God they beat the snot out of that guy. Lowered the prices immensely. It's United or Cathay, I don't know which. Well, you can go to any major airport, Dulles, Philly, whatever. Hello. I think it's Cathay. I mean, it's my birthday. Of course I'm in a good mood. 11 years ago today, I became a father. So now, guys, we're in Hysan Place, Hysan. This is a huge shopping mall. A lot of high-end places, and we're going to make our way up to ES Light. Wife does get a kind of air. It's like, hey, kia ora, mate. How's land down in Kiwi? What's the best way to get air? Google.com/flights. Google.com/flights. That's Google's fare tracking service. You can search everything within like a month. It's awesome. So we're going to get a condom here. There we go. Protection. Apple is right here in this building, actually. So we got an umbrella condom. It's a little bit short, but you know, you get used to that in Asia. Dun-dun-dun. We're going to a bookstore. What, the umbrella things? Yeah, they're kind of everywhere. So this is actually a really fun ride. That's Sogo over there. Remember this place? Yeah, this is Hysan Place. We're going to go up like several floors. The DJI store is just over that way behind these buildings. This way, babe, it's a little different. Kids did not give me a present. They woke me up at 5:30 to say, happy birthday, Dad. I think they got a present because they were talking Chinese with their wife. My wife and the kids were speaking in Chinese this morning, and that means they're plotting something. We're on our way to a bookstore right now. So the DJI store is back there in that black building. Taylor Swift, yeah. Now, you know what that means? That means that my video is now going to have a copyright claim if I put it on YouTube. Frickin' annoying. Yeah, so I've got to have this song ripped up. My wife is born in China, but she's an American citizen. My kids are sort of in the middle, as you can imagine. There's a Chinese version of Taylor Swift called Gem, G-E-M. She's a Hong Kong singer. Well, YouTube will automatically flag this, so I have to, like, turn the volume down. Do I speak Chinese? No. I'm going to a bookstore. This is a shopping mall. No, the YouTube algorithm will find it. Unless I just keep talking over the sound, la 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 la, and then block out the sound. We're on the 7th floor. We still got to go up 2 more floors. So we're renovating the Sogo building. I do have to mute it and do a voiceover. Or I could just put some other stuff. YouTube is very strict. I mean, just a few seconds. In fact, I just finished a copyright battle with some kid. I had this royalty-free music, and this kid took the royalty-free music, put some lyrics on it, and then called it his own, and was suing other people on YouTube. And was like, you jerk. But I actually got the artist who made it to help me edit the sound out with the mute on. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to edit just the sound. YouTube has a feature where they will remove the sound, remove the songs. So, did you try to see? No, but his lawyers artificially did a copyright claim against me, I'm on the 9th floor at ES Light Bookstore. He just popped in to say hi. Okay, thanks, Samuel. Kia ora, have a good day. Get some fish and chips. That's what I'd do today if the New Zealand fish and chip guy was open. Later. Nah, he didn't sue me. He just filed a complaint, and I filed a counter complaint, and I won. So there's the trams down there, yeah? Bookstore at 9 floors. No, the bookstore is only about 3 floors. So that's the food court, and then this is the bookstore. This is ES Light. This is a famous bookstore chain from Taiwan. The ES Light. Big escalators. So let's go find some books. So we've got everything. So they've got it in. So this is the. This will be the Chinese version. Yeah. Oh, this book got translated into Chinese. Red shirts. But then they'll also have the English version. So that's the English version, and then this is the Chinese version. They got all sorts of science fiction books up here. Ghost Fleet. Oh my God, Ghost Fleet has been converted into Chinese. Wow. I should buy this for some friends. This is a great book. Guys, have you read Ghost Fleet? Mandatory reading in the Pentagon. Every officer in the Pentagon has read Ghost Fleet. Oh, here's a complete set of Hitchhiker's Guide, but it's in Chinese. I want the one in English. I think this is all Chinese. I'd love to get the box set in English. I wonder if they have this. These are the individuals. Maybe they have a set in English. That's what I was going to buy my son. I didn't bring him up the stairs, I assure you. That was a good movie, The Night Manager. Did you guys watch this TV show? The Night Manager. Watch that. It's on Masterpiece, PBS. Some anime books, Japanese anime. Let's go find the English books. Here we go. Star Wars. Thriller and horror. We don't want thriller. We want books for my kid. We want Jeffrey Archer. Oh wow. I actually met him once. Before he was in prison. Sci-fi. Adams. Are they alphabetical? The Martian. Tom Clancy. I don't know what these are filed by. These are Tom Clancy. Assassin's Creed. These are fantasy books. Face Off book, yeah. So we're buying books for my son. We wanted to buy, what's the other one you guys said? I Am Zlatan, yeah? He said I gotta buy I Am Zlatan. Okay. You know what? We have to do the most un-guy-like thing known to man. We have to ask for help. Shit, I hate doing that. There's Game of Thrones down there. Where's this book? These are all thrillers. Well, almost dead. Battery is dying. Let me just show you around the store before the battery dies. Is there a Guardians of the Galaxy 3? So we're going to be signing off. Yeah, it froze up because I got the low power mode. They have a kids section over here somewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to bring you over here, and then I think we're going to have to sign off because we're going to lose the battery. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching today. We'll try to come back a little later when we get another phone charged up. Let me end with a view out the window if I can. Yeah, there's a window over here.